Hi there, welcome to another Tiermaker. I'm your host, Wheeler Dealer, and this is a list that one of my viewers made. What? So this is totally different from any other Tiermaker I've ever done. What are the games that are over here? Well, it's games that I suck at. Or rather, games that maybe I suck at. It's up to me to choose how much I really suck at these games. These are all games that I have streamed at some point. Some of them were recent, some of them I'm still in the middle of playing, some of them were years ago. I will tell you my opinion of the games, S tier to F tier, but really what we're ranking here is the list that you see. Am I the GOAT at it? Am I absolute trash at it?
Absolute trash.
Or somewhere in between. We're going to have some fun with this one tonight. I hope you're ready, because I am ready to get savage, vicious, just absolute anger at getting over it with Bennett Foddy. I'm trash at it. The game is trash. There, F tier in every...
Absolute trash.
Absolute trash in every single way. I would apologize for that rank, but...
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to
absolutely nobody. I'm apologizing to nobody. The game sucks, and I suck at it. I think that's fair. Y'all have watched me now 2 different times do raid streams on this and 2 different charity drives, last year and the year before. I got a little bit further last year, and then I uninstalled it. In fact, I want to hide it from my Steam collection. I don't think I have yet. I probably should. Let's go through some other games that I'm really horrible at. Alt F4. I've never beat it. The original. We're talking the 1.0 version of this game. I'm not good at it. But how bad am I at it? Am I absolute trash at it? No. Am I really bad at it? Yes. And the game for me personally, it's like a C-, D+. Right? It's a cheapo $2.99 game. They've added a bunch of stuff to it, but for me, just the core of the first map of trying to beat that was the most fun that I had in that game. And then someone tried to recreate that in a game called Only Up, which I am absolute trash at.
Absolute trash.
The whole point of Only Up is to get to the top. And the controls are ass. You have to switch with your mouse to between running and walking, but then to jump, the timing is weird and it is bad. It's also bad because they put some cryptocurrency bullshit in there to try to use it as a way to get, advertising placement for some crypto. Extra double bad. I'm really bad at it. The game itself is an F. It is more of an F than getting over it is. And you can disagree with me if you'd like, but you're gonna be wrong. I'm feeling punchy tonight. I'm feeling punchy. Operator error? That is not what I want to hear right now.
Skill issue.
What other rage games do we have in here? Let's just knock the rage games out right now. Cuphead. I'm really bad at it. I did make some progress, but my patience got to its breaking point after about 3 hours in. I think if I would have moved around and went to some other areas, maybe spent my points a little differently, maybe I wouldn't have had so much trouble. But that plane boss, oh god, it was so cheap. No thanks. The game itself is like B tier. And in fact, graphically, game design is A to A+ tier. I won't go S, but just the inspiration of it being like those Merry Melodies cartoons and it making it look so good like those. I have a ton of respect for the people that made that game. I'm bad at it, but it is a really well-made game. And I do think that the times that I was dying, 99% of the time was my fault. And it's not memorization, it's RNG. So let's take that 99% down to like 60%. A lot of it was RNG, and a couple of those bosses, really not happy. You're going to throw RNG at me, I'm going to get mad. Kind of like in a game like I Want to Be the Guy, the movie The Game. I'm absolute trash at this game. I don't know how else to say.
Absolute trash.
I've streamed that twice. Although the first time the game was a little weird, a little wonky. It was running kind of in slow-mo. I didn't know. I've never played it before. I thought that was the right speed. Then a dev shows up in the stream and says, what's wrong with the game? Sends me a new build on a Discord DM. I played a little bit of that. I'm like, oh, the game is running like it's supposed to. Well, too bad it's like 1 in the morning. But we'll try it again some other time. It sat on my desktop for a year. And then because we hit a goal on our pledge drive, I streamed it a couple weeks ago. I got to Dracula before I wanted to take my PC and throw it in the trash, just like Homeboy from Parks and Rec. How is the game itself? If I'm ranking the game, it's a trap game, right? It's one of the original trap games. I hate the design of trap games. I hate the concept of them. I don't like that they even exist. But some people like them. Some people get into that whole challenge of memorization and skill. And they like that you hang off an edge and you only get 1 jump. It takes your double jump away. Some people like that. It's not cool. I hate it. The game, though, I would say D+. Okay, C. It's a C. If you're into those types of games, it's probably higher than that. Give yourself better credit for I want to be the guy. I'm going to check up on chat. Give yourself better credit for I want to be the guy. You got to Dracula. I got to the 3rd boss out of 5 in 4 hours. 4.5 hours, because I streamed almost 5 hours. That was a subathon. That was painful. And if we hit another pledge drive goal and we can do another rage stream, we'll do it as a subathon as well, and it's going to make me crazy, but it'll be for a good cause. Cuphead is a great game. I will never touch it again. Yeah, that's kind of my take. Like, I get it. It's almost unassailable in some ways, but it is made to be extra challenging, and I'm not feeling that. Despite how much I hate I Want to Be the Guy, it was surprisingly influential. I know it created an entire genre of games. Trap games didn't exist before that game. Do I have any others in here like that? Super Meat Boy. I'm going to say I'm kind of bad at it, and this is why. I have actually beaten this game. I've beaten it. And I want to make myself a little bit bigger. God, I'm tiny. I'm a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. There, now I'm bigger. I beat Super Meat Boy some years ago on the Xbox 360. It was hard. I beat the standard version of it. I did not beat the Dark Worlds. I did not go get all of the whatever collectibles were. I just got through the core game, and there were a couple of levels that really pushed me to the brink, but no. You know, and it's making me kind of wish that y'all could have seen me stream N+, because I played a lot of N+. I beat N+. Those last like 10 levels, annoyingly hard. But I did beat N+. N++, I have not beat. And I'll be honest, the game has way more levels, but a lot of them are varying levels of quality. I wish they would have taken some of those levels and thrown out some of the weaker ones and made a tighter game. It would have been probably as good as N+. And the soundtrack for N++ is awesome. But N+, those are games that are kind of like Super Meat Boy, like Cuphead. They're meant to be challenging on purpose. They're physics-based 2D platformers, and I respect the shit out of them. But man, do they drive me nuts. Jump King. Me personally, I'm absolute trash at it.
Absolute trash.
And I tend to fail a lot when I play it. But Jump King, as a game, if you ask Fishboat, our friend Fishboat, who has beaten the game like 300 times on stream. What was the number? 400 times? Riz, you can probably tell me. It's ridiculous. It is a one-of-a-kind game that is incredibly hard, and I don't like the gameplay of it. I'm absolute trash at it. If I'm rating the game on a scale of S to F, it's a D. It's a D. I'm sorry, I was messing with y'all. It sucks. I hate it. Okay, I think those are all. Oh wait, Celeste for me is a little bit like Super Meat Boy. I beat it. I'm gonna say I'm average at it. All right, we're gonna kick it up a bit. We're starting with the really hard games and working our way up. Celeste was an incredible game. I did have a section that took me over 100 deaths to get through. Full disclosure. But the most of the game, I died, I think, about as much as the average player would die trying to get through it. What an incredible game Celeste is, though. It really is one of the best 2D platformers out there. The soundtrack is phenomenal. The graphical style, the way it's kind of a 16-bit, the story's really neat. you don't expect to get a story at all in a game like this. And the fact that there was one really about I don't want to even talk about what it's about. I wouldn't do it justice. Just trust me. If you have not played Celeste, you should give it a shot. By the way, chat, do you know, is the devs that worked on Celeste, are they making another game? Is there anything else that's out there that's like that? It's the kind of difficult game that I would actually consider playing a sequel to. Or most of these other ones. They made a sequel to Super Meat Boy. I ain't touching it. Even though I beat the first one. Celeste also has a gameplay mode that is like super easy. Where they lower the difficulty so much that they just want you to be able to enjoy the story and the music and the atmosphere and the overall experience of the game without losing your mind. I never lowered the difficulty. I played it on average or normal or whatever that is. But I respect that they did that. You also can play it on the hardest level and try to grab every single strawberry collectible, and you can lose your friggin' mind. They give you such a wide range of gameplay options. I love that. And the game itself, for me, is like S-. It really, really is a fantastic platformer. So this is a top 10 game for me. Earthblade. Wait, is that... Are you serious? I know you would know, Black Metal, because you love Celeste. Catching up with chat. Super Meat Boy S tier game, by the way. Yeah. It's up there. I wouldn't go S, but it's up there. N++ has 2,000 levels. That's a joke. Oh, the collectibles were bandages in Super Meat Boy. You're right. If I got a bandage, it was an accident. Let's see. Earthblade. Is that like, it's not a direct sequel, spiritual sequel, or is it just something that they're working on and have they made it already? Do I need to Google that real quick? Earthblade. Real quick. Coming in 2024. You got it. All right, awesome. If it's out on Steam wishlist, I'm going to wishlist it. So next up. Now this is one where it's like, where do we go from here? I'm going to knock out a couple of these quick ones. So, Lies of P, I only played the demo, but man, I was trash at it. The game itself is probably going to be a B tier type game. It is a Dark Souls through and through. The demo is really strong, really solid. I'm terrible at it. I mean, do I have to press the button?
Absolute trash.
It is an old school Dark Souls type game, and I'm so bad at it. It's bad. It's like, I'm walking through this game. I'm doing pretty well. The mobs that I'm grinding aren't really that difficult. Here's your first boss, and I just got shit on for like 45 minutes. I could not get past him. I couldn't even get him down to like half health. And I was like, that game balance sucks. And actually, I suck. Full disclosure. Slapshot Rebound. Let's throw one in here that makes me feel better about myself. I'm kind of good at it. Okay, that's a lie. I'm average at it. The thing is, it's just a fun, multiplayer game online, free to play, little hockey, weird controls. We used to play that every once in a while on stream. It was fun back when J-Law was here on a regular basis, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I still have it installed, in fact. We should get on that some night. Just get a community night going to Slapshot Rebound. And I'm not terrible at it. I scored some goals, blocked a few shots. And then I gave up some shots and goals. It's part of the game. It's what you do. Now, another competitive sports type game would be Rocket League. And I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of bad at it. I make some great plays once in a while. But by and large, I can't say I'm even average. No. Average would mean if I did a ranking, I would be like silver tier or something. No, I would not come in at that level. Because the people who play this game who are good at it are really good at it. And that's not me. So I think it's fair to say, kind of bad. That game was fun, Gart says. I'd be down for some Slapshot again. Yeah. Still got it installed. Let's go. Stray. You're controlling a cat who is lost and trying to get back home. And it's a futuristic type, cyberpunky type area. There's no humans around. It's a future without humans, at least in this area. The game got me choked up. I enjoyed it. I got stuck on one or two small puzzles, kind of. My bigger problem with the game was there isn't really that much freedom of platforming. It shows you where you can jump with a little marker everywhere. And it wasn't as immersive in that respect. I would have liked a little bit more immersion and being able to try to jump up on things. Maybe if he would have been like give you like a throaty purr, like I can't jump up there, like, you know, if you're trying to jump somewhere that it can't get to, and you're just like, oh, can I jump here and then get there? Like, give me some freedom to play with it. I think I would have gotten more time out of the game had I done all of those things. Having said that, this was a top 5 game for me last year. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, the story better than you would expect, and it was really well executed, even if it wasn't quite as ambitious as I'd hoped it was. And I beat it. And I beat it in a fairly decent amount of time. So I don't want to hear from y'all telling me that I'm no good at this game. I'm good at it. Just stop. Ghost Runner. I'm kind of bad at it. This is a really tough platformer. First person, Cyber Ninja, parkour, great electronic soundtrack. I bought one of the songs that was in a trailer off of Bandcamp because I love that song. What's the guy's name? Anyway, I died a lot when I was playing it. There were some areas I got stuck and I was just having troubles. But man, what a cool game. It's really cool. I hope they make a sequel. I know they put it for free on PlayStation Plus and on the standard essential one, and that probably helped give it another life. They've added some extra DLC. I hope they make a sequel or something like it. There's definitely some areas of improvement they can make. But yeah, I'm kind of bad at it. In fact, maybe really bad, but I did beat it. I did not drop a difficulty. Therefore, I think it's fair to say kind of bad. The game itself also was on my top list at the end of the year that year, 2 years ago. It's a solid B plus for me, I think. Can't wait for Ghost Runner 2. Are they actually making a Ghost Runner 2? Elden Ring. I don't know what to tell y'all, but it's the first Souls game I've ever beat. I think I'm really good at it. How many times did I die in the campaign? Like 400? 500? I don't know what average is, but I got to give myself credit on something here, and it may as well be the game that I have cleaned up and beat most of the bosses in, except Melania. We got to hit that pledge drive goal for me to go fight Melania. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag exclamation point charity in the chat. Every penny we make on Twitch goes to charity. I feel like I'm good at the game. Now, am I overdoing it a little bit? Yeah, maybe I'm in between kinda and really. But I'm not adding another level to this, so we're going to go really good at it. I'm not the GOAT. In fact, really good, I know that's a little bit of an exaggeration. Tough titties. Stop lying, dude. No. I won't. Sus? Warzone 2. I have some wins. I understand how to play it. I'm kind of bad at it, but I still enjoy playing it. I love the rush of Battle Royale. Warzone 2 is the best in terms of being both casual and yet having some hardcore type gameplay. It's not as casual as Fortnite. It's not as hardcore as Apex Legends. It lives between those two. There are some kind of realish weapons in it. I enjoy the game. I'm not great at it, but we get some wins once in a while, and it's fun. The rush of that final circle it can't be beat. For me, it was PUBG, which, is PUBG not on this list? Oh, there it is. There's PUBG. I'm also kind of bad at PUBG, but that's, to be fair, PUBG is the game that got me to buy a streaming PC and got me to set up the Twitch account. No, I had a Twitch account already. I was watching people on Twitch, but for me to actually set up my stream and to start streaming, to get this microphone, to get this computer, and to start streaming was PUBG. Very first game I ever streamed, PUBG. So I will always have fond memories of 2017 and playing with the gang and running around and being stupid and putting in a bunch of hours and being kind of bad at it, but we got some dubs. I even have a solo win. All right, so I don't want to hear about it. In fact, I have a solo win. That makes me average. There. Trombone Champ. I'm the GOAT at Trombone Champ, and I don't want to hear anyone else say anything else. Chat, I will mute you all. I'll time you all out if you even suggest that I'm not. The point of Trombone Champ is to be bad. you're supposed to be bad at it. It's okay to be bad at it. So if I've ever been given a pass to be bad at a game, it's Trombone Champ. I am the greatest at being bad at Trombone Champ, and there is no way around this. I'm not going to rank the game because it came out this year, and it might end up on my year-end list, so I don't want to give anything away. I do enjoy the game, and yes, I'm the greatest at being bad at Trombone Champ. You like that? You like the way I did that? How many hours do I have on PUBG? Like 300. Not like some folks. Some folks had way more than that. Rainbow Six Extraction. I played it for like 2 hours. Like, it's really hard for me to rate this. I'm really bad at it. Maybe even kind of bad. But I just didn't get pulled in with it. Like, I tried. And I just, yeah, no. There was a free weekend to play it. And I just wasn't feeling that game. Rainbow Six Siege, I'm kind of bad. We'll drop Extraction down further. Rainbow Six Extraction is even more co-op related. You have to be communicating with people. Siege, you can kind of, but people who don't have microphones can still ping. When they die, their positions of where they are give you intel. And yeah, that doesn't really work quite the same way in Extraction, which is just a co-op version of Siege with zombies. And it was not a good concept. 271.9 hours. Yeah, I said close to 300. Didn't I say that's 300? I rounded up. I have 271 hours in PUBG. Why are you what the helling me? I have about that in Warzone, to be fair. If you count PS5. It's my most played game on Steam. I streamed that game almost nonstop for the first 2 years that I had a computer here. It was the game. Once Apex Legends came out, it was a year and a half of PUBG, I think, because once Apex Legends came out, we all kind of switched to that for a while, and then we came back to PUBG, and they really weren't updating PUBG properly. There were still, server issues, problems with weapon handling, movement just never felt right, and they just continued to add skins to the game instead of actually really addressing the real problems in it. And maybe they couldn't. Maybe they had system limitations, engine limitations. I don't know. But it's the game that got me streaming in the first place. And that's funny because I would have thought that Bad Company 2 would have been up there, but then again, most of my Bad Company 2 time was on Xbox 360. Phasmophobia. I am absolute trash at this game.
Absolute trash.
Okay, no, maybe not quite. Listen. When you've got people like Bag of Rye and Noxler who can carry you through stuff, I will bump myself up to really bad at, because I know if I put myself in absolute trash, if Bago's here, she's going to tell me that that's not true. If Noxer was here, he would tell me that's not true. But I think really bad is fair. It's a fair assessment. X-Defiant. Not only am I absolute trash at it. Do I have to press the button? I'm going to press the button.
Absolute trash.
But it is... the beta in the early version that we played, it was not a fun experience. It just failed certification for consoles, so the game got delayed to October. If that tells you anything. You know, let me tell you something. Come with me. I worked in the game industry for a publisher for about 7.5 years. If you've seen some of the stuff that I shipped, do you know how hard it is to fail certification? To not pass cert? Do you have any idea how hard that is? For a major publisher, I have friends at Ubisoft. I shouldn't be talking shit, but I'm just telling y'all. The thing is, the friends that I have that work there don't work on this game. They don't have anything to do with this game. They're not even selling this game because it's a free-to-play. It's not going to be like a packaged game. Most of the people I know still work in the package business. So I feel like I can say, you failed, cert? Unbelievable to me that even happened. Sergeant Angry's here. Speaking of people who work in the game industry. Sergeant Angry. Did you see X-Defiant failed cert? I'm surprised I'm not reading more about that online. We are ranking the games that I suck at, or don't suck at, games that I've streamed. Let's go to Burnout Paradise. Okay, I beat the game back in the day. I almost 100%ed it, and then they dropped some DLC. How are you not average at this game if you've beat it. I just don't think that makes that makes any sense whatsoever. I have to be average, right? I beat it. I saw that failed cert thing the other day. I don't get it, and also I don't understand why they would mention it. How did that get out in the press? That is embarrassing. How do you have any game over average? Stop. Stop it, you. Gotta beat the DLC. It's awesome. Yeah, I do need to play the DLC. I just have to mute the music on it. I'll say average on Paranoid Paradise, but like I said, I have beat the campaign. Mirror's Edge. I beat it. It took me a couple tries. I'm kind of bad at it. Hey, you invited me. I did. Talk your trash. Talk your trash. Mirror's Edge is a game that I respect more than I enjoy. I think there are sections of that game that are just nails, just awesome. And then there are sections where you're forced to do hand-to-hand combat and weapon combat. The game is not made for that, and it just really struggled. And those are the areas where I got stuck the most. It just didn't feel right. The weapons didn't feel good. You weren't given options. You have one way in or out of an area in a game that really kind of played up the whole freedom of movement thing to be indoors, and you've got a shotgun all of a sudden. You're in a parking garage and you can't run your way out of it. Big mistakes on that. Now, I hear that the sequel, Catalyst, is pretty good. That it's a little more open. It's actually like an open world, and there's a hub area in the middle. I guess if I see it for $5, I'll pick it up. I know they've dropped the price on it quite a bit multiple times. So the combat's atrocious. Yeah, it's. I think it's one of those things where they were building the game, and it's like, we can't just have it be running. There has to be some sort of combat. And then it got put in, and it just didn't work. But that engine, for its time, was really good, and they nailed like 75% of that game, so I got to give them credit. I'm kind of bad at it, though. Burnout Paradise is in here twice. I'm also average at this one. Now we'll leave it down here. American Truck Simulator. God, I'm terrible at it. I'll say I'm really bad at it. I completed some missions. I just don't have the patience to drive around, unless I'm dressed like Jack Burton. You know, like Jack Burton always says. The movement still feels good to this day, and Mirror's Edge, it really does. You know what else the movement feels really good in is Dying Light 2. I will say I'm kind of good at it. It is the second longest stream game I've ever played, and I have videos for all of it up on my YouTube, !YouTube in chat if you want to see them. Second only to Elden Ring. And yes, if you weren't here earlier, I think I'm really good at Elden Ring. I don't want to hear it from you. If you disagree, I don't want to hear it. Pox says, one of my friends started playing American Truck Sim a couple days ago. He's 20,000 in debt already. It's easy to lose money in that game. Thank you, Black Metal, for that link. Jedi Survivor. I'm kind of bad at it. I beat it. I did not drop the difficulty. I struggled with some bosses, especially the last one. But, man, really good story. Great combat. Ran a little wonky on my old computer. If I would have waited a year for more and more patches, like when I played Fallen Order like a year and a half later, and it ran a lot better. Plus, I don't know how much they've modded the engine on this versus the last game, but the level of detail in these games and the voice acting in the mocap is so strong. You just have to give it up to them. As a game, I'm not going to rank it because it might end up on my year-end list, but I will say I really did enjoy the game. The struggles that I had with it were mostly user error, mostly problems that I had with skill issues. But by and large, it was a really good game, and I think I'm kind of bad at it. I think that's fair. The one movement section with the portal things was so cool too. Oh, that was oh my god. And Toko Boy called it, right? Toko said, the best part's coming up right now in a few minutes. I think you might get to it. And I ended up knocking out a bunch of stuff in that area, and then I got to it, and he goes, here it is. And he wasn't wrong. It was a really neat part of the game. Hey, Kid Anime. Not your fault. You're kind of bad with all the glitches. There were some issues with it, so that's why I'm going kind of bad. Perish. So full disclosure, I'm on a friendly basis with one of the two developers in this game, and as well as the person who wrote most of the music for the soundtrack, our boys in Zilf, right? Shout out. Perish is a really cool game made by two people. I mean, as indie as it gets. Co-op. The thing with this game that I wish some of my friends had the game so we could try it in co-op. I think I would be better in co-op. I definitely struggled with it. I'm going to say I'm kind of bad at it, but I think if I was playing in co-op, it would be a better experience, and I think I would get further in it if I had some friends playing. I know the game scales. The more people are playing with you. I'll go kind of bad. But the game itself, not going to fully rate it. There's a chance it might be on my year-end list. You never know. So I don't want to go too far in it. I did enjoy it, though, for what it is, and I did not get to finish it because there's a lot there. And I mean, who's got this game? It was like $20. Come on, let's go. I still got to play it. How's the optimization? It runs pretty well. Yeah, on my computer, it's no struggles whatsoever. I have the graphics like on high, and it still runs pretty well. Because most of the areas aren't super big. There's some areas that are a little bit open world, and the frame rate drops a little bit, but not too bad. It's pretty well optimized. They've been working on this game for years. All right, they didn't just crank this out in Unity. Titanfall 2. So the game itself is absolute trash. I am okay at it. I beat it. The multiplayer, I'll say I'm kind of bad, but the game itself, Titanfall 2,
trash.
It's so overrated. I can't believe. Okay, I can't keep a straight face. There, look at y'all. You got baited. Freaking baited. Of course, Titanfall 2 is awesome. Like, come on. The first single player campaign I think I ever streamed was Titanfall 2. I still had my ultra wide monitor, the way I had my setup. I had like this bar underneath with my head, and then I had the game above me because it was ultra wide. It was a long time ago. That playthrough is available in its entirety on my YouTube channel still to this day. It was 5 years ago. Do not regret a single moment of playing that campaign. The multiplayer now, you have to basically sign up with this server. You have to install a mod to be able to play it, but apparently it still has a really strong community. And it's just too bad that they're now focused on Apex Legends, and they'll never make a Titanfall 3. That is probably the worst thing I can say to POC, the person who created this Tiermaker in the first place. One of their favorite games of all time is Titanfall 2. That's why I trolled there. But I will say, if you ever want to make POC mad, just say, oh yeah, where's Titanfall 3? It's going to keep him up at night. There's just no way around it. Milwaukee lost today, finally. The multiplayer got fixed? Wait, how? Hey, 50 bits, thank you. Black Metal throwing some bits out, trying to compete in this contest we're doing right now for most bits donated before the end of the pledge drive. I like it. Throw some bits at it. Appreciate it. I've accepted the fact that Titanfall 3 will never exist. Have you, though? Have you, actually? The multiplayer got fixed. Like, can I just install it on Steam and start playing the multiplayer? Or do you still need some sort of a some sort of a thing? The community has no clue. We think one person's working on it. Willow and Pog, we should chat sometime about Titanfall 2. Sergeant Angry might know a thing or two about it, as someone who is still an industry insider. Everyone's calling him the janitor. Don't know that I'll beat Auntie, but I at least want to keep it interesting. Auntie threw 500 bits at me 2 nights ago, so yeah, she's got the lead. Okay, back to it. Metal Hellsinger. I'm going to say kind of bad. I definitely struggled in some spots, but I beat it without too much trouble. The final boss, I died a few times, but it wasn't anything horribly bad. I don't want to say I'm average. I think if I went back and played through it a second time, I would kick myself up to average. Kick myself. The game itself was on my year-end list last year. I do enjoy it. I don't have the desire to go back and play it again, and it was kind of short. But with the amount of weapons that are in the game, I don't know that, beat your last score, leaderboard stuff. It doesn't really do it for me anymore. When I was younger, it did on some games like Trials. With this one, it is a really good game. I enjoyed it for what it was. Small dev team. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah! Drink with me, Cohen! Yeah!
So Sergeant Angry is now in the lead on the bits, by the way, because the person in first place was at 4,500. Sergeant Angry just single-handedly took the lead. Thank you so much for the donation, man. I really appreciate it. I had some bits just sitting there. Thank you. And Skelly's here too. Oh god, Skelly and Angry last year bit war on a couple of streams. I've been playing on Xbox and my connection's a lot better. To say I was ecstatic is an understatement. I'm happy for you. Yeah, no, Titanfall 2. Wait, can I play it on my PS4? Is there cross-platform? Can we play together on PS4? Or PC? I have it on PS4. All right, back to it. Resident Evil 7. I'm average. I beat it. I didn't really get stuck too much. I finished it. I think it's fair to say I'm average. Resident Evil 8, similar. Struggled a little bit in the second half of the game. Some of the bosses, the battles and the bosses was a little wonky, but not bad. Honestly, I think Resident Evil 7 was smaller scale, but I think it might have been more successful overall. Village kind of went off the rails a little bit, but it still was really fun, and the last hour or two was pretty wild. I gotta give them credit for it. No cross-platform. Well, get it on PS4. I'm just kidding. Splitgate. Kind of bad. It's basically Halo with portals, and it was a neat concept that they somehow did not support for very long. I don't know what happened. Before Halo Infinite came out, or right after Halo Infinite came out, they just stopped supporting the game. Like, what? What are you doing? Splitgate was a fun concept. Simple, run around, free to play. It's Halo with portals, but it was fun. It was really well done. And they even had a game mode called Teabag, where you had to get a kill, and you didn't count the kill until you teabagged the person. It was like kill confirmed with the dog tags, except you had to run up to your kill and teabag them. I was like, this is my game of the year. It ended up not being my game of the year, but having said that, we had a lot of fun with that game, and then it disappeared, unfortunately. So it died after like a month. Yeah, I know, it sucks. I really did enjoy it. Roller Drome. I'm between really bad and absolute trash. It's a cool game, but the difficulty scaled so fast in the second half that I couldn't finish it. So I have to be totally honest.
Absolute trash.
I'm absolute trash at it. That is not a fault of the game. Maybe the difficulty scaling should have been a little bit more gradual instead of it's hard. Whew. It really kicked your ass at a certain point for me, and maybe that's because I suck. And it actually might just be a skill issue. I don't know.
Skill issue.
We're getting close to the end here. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I'm going to say I'm kind of bad at it because I needed some help to get through it. I don't want to say really bad. I want to say kind of bad. I was kind of bad. There was an area that I thought was glitched, and to be fair, Riz was trying to help with it, and I think they were even like, what's going on here? There was some sort of a little bit of an issue with the game for a bit. We figured it out. It did take me kind of doing a reload on it. It's a really cool game, though. I understand why it is so influential, and it's one that I avoided for a long time because it scared the crap out of me when I first got the game, when it first came out on PC, and I played it, and I got like 45 minutes into it, and I was like, nope. But somehow streaming games like that with y'all being here with me makes it a little easier to get through. Definitely makes it more fun. And this Friday, we're doing another horror stream. I'm playing more Visage. We're going to play another chapter of that game. That game is messed up. Jump scares will be on for bits. Can't wait. Turbo Overkill. So I played a demo of Turbo Overkill. I wasn't very good at it. In fact, I'll say I was really bad at it. But I like how it was built. I like the look of it. It was kind of cyberpunk, but it was like old school Doom, but with a lot of really fast traversal. Felt pretty neat. I think I still have it on my wish list, but I just didn't buy it. Dark Descent was a revolution for horror gaming and YouTube Let's Plays. It was. Oh my god, the memes that came out of that were incredible. How good are you at Destiny 2? Another demo that I played is called Angerfoot. Now, I'm going to say I'm kind of good at this. I finished that demo. I was kicking grenades at people, and when that comes out, I think it's early next year, I'm buying it and I'm streaming the entire thing. It was so fun. Did I die a lot? Of course I did, but that's part of the game. It is basically a first-person... No. Thank you for that. Someone press the nut button. Angerfoot. It's a first-person Hotline Miami, but you're a frog and you can have a big foot and you can kick people into the walls, and it's like super comical, and it's another hit from Devolver. Can't wait to play it. I'm going to buy that game, and I was kind of good at the demo, all right? I kicked grenades at people and blew them up. Oh, the chainsaw leg was in Where is it? Where is it? Turbo Overkill. You have a chainsaw leg. You can slide and cut people. That was pretty badass. But I got... There was also some stuff in the design of the levels that I was like, that's not my fault. Crab Game. This game is really bad, but it's funny on purpose. Did I win some games? Yeah. Is it possible to be good at this game? No. So I think it's fair to say I'm average at it. Is it still a thing? Is Crab Game still a thing? The prox chat in that was absolutely toxic. You could not play it on stream. You just couldn't. I did a couple times and I had to mute people like constantly. But it was pretty fun, and it was a fun party experience at the time, getting in with some other streamers. When T-Rach got me in with some friends of theirs, and I played with her and a bunch of her friends, that was fun. Both times we did that. A lot of fun. And met some new people, too. It was really cool. I don't think it's fair to say I'm worse than average or better than average, because the game is bad on purpose, and you're meant to not be good at it. There's no way to be good at Crab Game. We're all bad at it. I think it's fair to say average. Let me catch up with chat. Bago's here. What did I tell you? What did I not tell you all? I said Bag of Rye was going to come in and tell me that I underrated myself at Phasmo. Thank you so much, seriously, for being supportive of me in playing this game. You were asking me for years, and I finally played it, and I was kind of bad at it, but you were carrying me through it. I originally had it in absolute trash. And I said, wait, I have to move it up one, because if Bago gets in here, she's going to tell me that that's not right, that I'm not that bad at it. And you still took me up a notch. But I don't think so. No, I'm really bad at it. I'm really bad at it. A couple more games and you'll improve quickly. Okay, I'll play a couple more games. I'll play more than a couple games. We need to stream it again. But until that happens, I'm really bad at it. And then maybe I'll get kind of bad at it. Angryfoot is if Hotline Miami had a foot fetish. That's not too far off. Apex Legends. I have won some games, but I gotta tell y'all, I quit playing it because I am absolute trash.
Absolute trash.
The thing with Apex Legends is the skill ceiling is so high. It is the highest skill ceiling, maybe of any shooter I've ever played. Other than maybe if you're trying to play Valorant on a high level or CSGO. It is so difficult. Or like Rainbow Six Siege, if you're like in a lobby with a bunch of pro players, I mean, you're just going to get annihilated. Apex kind of feels like that sometimes, because you get into a game, and I don't know that the skill-based matchmaking is a thing sometimes, or Smurf accounts, because it was a free game, and you would just get in there, and people are just melting. And you're like, what? I will say, the movement in Apex Legends is top tier. The gunplay is consistent. I do respect the hell out of the game, and it was one of my year-end games of the year. I think it is, I don't know if the game is still alive. I don't really see many streamers playing it that much. Having said that, the game itself for me was like low A, high B, and maybe it should be even higher. But I'm sure the person who made this list, Poc, you're here. You're probably going to say that game is an F, because that game took people away from making a sequel to Titanfall 2. Right? Is it an F for you? I bet it is. Apex makes me angry. Yeah, Apex pushed the wrong buttons on me too many times, and I finally uninstalled it. I reinstalled it when they did an update, and I realized I am too old to play Apex Legends. It's the first game I've actually said, I don't have the skills to be able to play this game. Now, there's going to come a time when I hit that with Valorant, or CS2 if we get that beta eventually. We're not there yet. We're getting there. Maybe some of y'all would say you actually are there and you're in denial. Fair. But I accepted with Apex Legends, I'm there. So, to be fair. Apex is like a C. Oh, that's fair. I really liked Apex the first 2 days it was out. And man, everybody was on that shit. It got us off of PUBG. Then I didn't play for 2 days and went back to skill. It improved so dramatically I had to stop playing. It took me the rest of the year to figure that out. You figured it out a lot quicker. Agreed, I'm way too old and bad to play Apex. It's just, it's a fact. Bastard Skelly, I will play with my kid and another friend, and once in like 2 months has a few wins. And I like watching people play it. I just don't really have any streamers that I'm following right now that are playing it. BattleBit Remastered. Kinda bad. kind of bad. Here's the thing. BattleBit's not really a sweaty game. The only time I ever get triggered at that game is when I die like 4 or 5 times because I'm spawning poorly or we're just getting shit on and there's people staring into our spawn. Spawn protection's not great in the game. Considering 3 people made that game, it's really good. And will it end up on my top 10 year-end list? There's a good chance it will. It's basically Battlefield 2 with Roblox type graphics, and the weapons feel really good for what it is. I don't really try super hard. I don't get sweaty. I try not to get sweaty when I play BattleBit. And that's part of the fun of it. I can play a shooter that I'm not super focused in. I can watch chat. Oh, I died. Oh no. The prox chat's great, and you can res people when they hear you, and you hear them next to you, like, hey man, can you res me? And you're like, oh, okay. Surround sounds good. Like, you can hear they're on your left. But that's about the quality of the game. Me personally, if I was really trying hard to be at that game, maybe I could be average, but it's not about that. I'm not trying to be good at that game. I'm just trying to have fun. And it's really good at that and not punishing you for not trying super hard and getting sweaty. So I do like that a lot. Bastard Skelly, you just named the one thing with Apex that does get me having... It's annoying to do nothing for 5 minutes and then just get owned. PUBG was like that too, and that's another reason why we kind of quit playing is you spend 10 minutes looting, getting to another house, looting, and then you're basically just being DoorDash for someone who's better than you, who just... Oh, thanks for picking up all that loot in those houses, and now I'm going to pull it off of you because you're dead. That was Apex Legends. I was basically Uber Eats for weapons and gear for better players. And that got old. That's you in every game, though. I'm getting shit on. This game sucks. No, it's not. Look at me in Trombone Champ. Look at me in Elden Ring. Look at me in Stray and Dying Light 2 and Angerfoot. Look at me. PUBG, it's 15 minutes of nothing and running and then getting owned. Yeah, it's more than 5 minutes. At least with Apex, you can slide around and zip line to places. Multiplayer games, we're almost done. We're almost done. I'll comment on that in a minute. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I suck at some puzzles, but I beat some bosses. Average is giving myself a little bit too much credit. But god darn it, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put it as average. The game itself, it might end up on my year-end list, so I don't want to rank it. I think I've gone on the record as saying it's my favorite Zelda game of all time, and I'm not a Zelda honk. I'm old. I grew up with the first Zelda, but it is a colossal achievement as a game, and it makes Breath of the Wild irrelevant. That's how good it is. And Breath of the Wild was an incredible game in and of itself. Still is. So, but me, in terms of my gameplay, average. Probably kind of bad. Probably kind of bad. Probably. All right, last one here is Valorant. Listen, Valorant is a great game. I discredited it when I first played the beta because I'm like, it's CSGO and Overwatch mixed together. It's a hero shooter mixed with CSGO. The weapon handling and economy of CSGO, the hero abilities of Overwatch or whatever. CSGO Overwatch is what people were calling it. I kind of discounted it after playing a couple of hours. And then something happened. 9-10 months in, people are telling me, people I'm gaming with, dude, we're playing Valorant, man. It's really good. It's like, I'll install it. And then the hook, just that first night of actually playing it with people and just playing it in its finished state, or at least 1.0, the hook was in. And I'm still streaming it on a regular basis. Am I good at it? No. I am Iron 3. Let's say really bad, okay? Really bad is fair. I'm not going to say absolute trash. But it's fair to say I am really bad at Valorant. I'm Iron. Now, one of the Smurfs we played with 2 nights ago was in my chat and said, how are you Iron? You should be like silver. And I was like, that's very nice of you. I should be bronze, and I'm Iron 3 on my way to bronze 1, hopefully. But I think it's fair to say I'm really bad at Valorant. The thing is, I do enjoy playing it. And it's almost like golf to me. Playing actual physical golf. It'll take me 100 shots to get through a round. On a good day, high 90s. But there's 1 or 2 shots that I hit, or I make a long putt, or I hit out of the sand and put it close to the cup, or I hit a good drive in the fairway that goes 250 or more, and I'm like, I like this, and it's enough to carry me through it. So it's those 1 or 2 moments. We played 2 comp matches 2 nights ago and just got annihilated in both of those games. But I got an ace in one of those games, and that feeling alone is enough to pull me through and to keep me coming back to it. And I've put a good amount of money into the skins, of the weapon skins, because they are killing the weapon skin game, folks. Big time. But I can't say I'm absolute trash at it. I can't bring myself to say that. I don't think I'm absolute trash at it. I have some good games. But my rank is Iron 3, so I can't say I'm better than really bad. I think that's fair. Sandbagging a bit there. What? Sandbagging what? I feel like that's better than really bad at... Well, Iron is the lowest rank there is in the game. I honestly feel like I should be Bronze, but you know, you got to play a bit more to push yourself up into Bronze. But every time you get a new season starts and you have to play 5 comp matches to get your ranking, some of that is related to the rest of your team, because you can go 20-2, but if you lose the game, the balance of that doesn't really help. And if you got 4 teammates that aren't playing really well as a team, they're not communicating, it hurts you a little bit. So it is still a team game, a 5-on-5 game. But anyway, I think that's a good way to end things here. I'll say this: I am the greatest trombone champ player you will ever see. I try really hard not to play it that often because I don't want to blind you all with my brilliance. And we're going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please throw me a like or a subscribe. I'm an idiot. Appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. Otherwise, thank you for watching this Tiermaker, and thank you, nnpoc, for making this list so I can tell people just how much I suck at the games that I play on stream. Thanks for watching. What? Bam! Right at the end. Krog with a $100 donation. Bam! Thank you. Holy crap, dude. Wow. I can't top that. Bye, y'all.